Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Tuesday, July 8th. It is 6:24 right now. We got market opening up in about 6 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish marking up liquidity over here before we start out for the day. So let me go down to the 8-hour time frame. Down to the 4-hour. 2-hour. 1 hour. Down to the 30-minute. Going down to the 15-minute. Down to the 10-minute. And right back down to the 1 minute here. All right, looks like we are good to go. All right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, July 8th. It is 6:26 right now. We got market opening up in about 4 minutes. I've marked up liquidity over here. Um, yeah, with that said, we have price currently within the point of control, this high volume cluster right here. I was thinking about taking it off, but I mean, it's kind of good to see where the cluster's at. I'll probably take it off a little later once price breaks out of this area. But if you guys looked over at my daily outlook, I pretty much marked up all the zones here. So here is a daily outlook for today. Today's bias is mildly bullish and neutral. Price is currently holding above the VWAP and prior close, but struggling at overnight highs. Momentum is present, but broader resistance at 44,715 and 44,800 remains unbroken, which is going to be up this area right here. And expect possible trade range early in the day with a potential breakout a little later if news or Fed shifts momentum. So we'll see what happens here when market opens up. Obviously, I've marked up the major trading levels. If you guys have these right here, all these levels are marked up on my chart, the supply and demand levels as well. And we'll kind of see how price bounces from here. So we do have a mildly bullish bias for the day. So if you guys are looking to take some sweeps, there's going to be possible opportunities for sweeps down here. So I probably wouldn't take any sweeps around here, but these sweeps down here would be more viable. So if you guys want to take sweeps from these areas, um, I mean, feel free to get into some sweeps from here. Obviously, I would go from the lower level. So I'd probably get in from either the middle level right here or the lower one down here at the very end. Obviously, this lower one's going to be the best one if you have patience to wait for that. This down here is going to be the Globex low and the demand reaction area. So you'd expect some possible bounce to happen if price does get down to this point here. The overall trend right now on the lower time frames is bearish, so this might be a little tricky because price may slightly come down initially, and then it may come right back up for correction. So that's just something to look out for if you guys are looking to take those entries there. Here is my monthly chart. Price still has not reached this resistance turn support yet, so we'll kind of come back and take a look at that later. Here is my weekly chart. You can see over here as well, price has not really reached any of these key levels and key zones. So we'll see what happens here when market opens up. Again, if you guys are looking to take sweeps, potential sweep level is going to be down here. I probably wouldn't take this first level, but if you want to take the sweep levels from down below, this middle one could be pretty good, and this one down here could be pretty good as well. So just something to keep in mind. Um, the regular breakout is going to be a sell today, it looks like. So if you guys are looking to take that, this will probably push down maybe, 50 points or so. And then when that happens, I mean, price may swing right back up. If you guys want to continue using my new risk reward, which is going to be 40/20, feel free to use that. You can use that for pretty much any strategy, guys. It's meant for directional entries. So for the sweeps, you probably want to stick to the ATR. But for other entries, you could probably use it for the breakout or anything else like that. So we got market opening up in about 3, 2, 1. Market is now open. So this right here is opening price. All right, we'll see what happens here. Market's a little slow right now. It's kind of just sitting in limbo right there at opening price. We'll see where this ends up pushing to. All right, we got price kind of bouncing around right here right now. No opportunities for breakouts currently running in profit, so it is pushing down right there if you guys are looking to take the original breakout, just the breakout momentum. So again, if you guys want to take the parameters that I mentioned earlier, breakout's currently running in profit. If you're going for that 40/20, it looks like it's on its way down. The orb here is starting to set up. So the breakout right there hit full TP, guys, if you guys caught that. If you went for the full 50, the 50 over there also hit, or it's on its way down right now. So the orb is starting to set up here right now, guys. Orb can either break above or break below. So we got the two levels here marked up. This is going to be the high of the orb, 44,655. Low of the orb is going to be right here at 44,592 for anybody who's looking to take it. Hey, Daniel, morning. Morning, Sam. Morning, Lila. Morning, Kyle. Morning, Christian. Morning, Karen. Morning, Steven. Morning, Ben. Morning, everybody. All right, guys, market is now in full swing. We got a big range right here. Looks like the breakout already hit its TP earlier. Price is pushing up higher. So you may get this orb to the upside right here. If price breaks and closes past this area, the orb is going to be at 44,655. I'll be looking for that here. If price ends up, pushing around that area. We're getting a really, really choppy market this morning. So the opening range is 62-point range right there. Not too crazy. Again, if price swings above or swings below, or if it breaks above or breaks below and closes, that's gonna be the setup for the orb. So orb right here might break below right here, it looks like. Overall trend right now is bearish. So it's bearish on the 1 minute, bearish on the 5 minute, bearish on the 15 minute. On the shorter time frames, currently bearish. 30 minute also bearish. 1 hour bearish. 4 hours still bullish. So we'll see what happens here when price, obviously moves along. So let me draw a line down here so I know where the orb's at. Exactly. All right, so the lower orb right here is going to be at 44,592. Upper orb is going to be at 44,655. So two different areas for possible entry for orb right there. There's no break and close yet, so I'll have to just kind of wait and see here. 44,592 it looks like down below. If it ends up closing below there. All right, so we got price pretty much below this point. We'll see if the orb here ends up closing. 44,592 for this lower orb. This candle here is pretty big though. So we'll see. This candle's going to close in about 30 seconds. The original breakout or the momentum breakout already hit full TP for 50, it looks like. If you guys want to take the orb right here, you have to wait for this candle to close below 44,592. If it doesn't close below, no orb there. If it does close below, you can put your limit order to catch this continuation to the downside. All right, so I'll put my pending order right there to wait. So the orb is going to be right here, guys. If price comes back and retests this area, price is currently below the demand zone. So if you guys wanted to take this lower area as a sweep, could have caught that right there for a quick sweep. 20 points looks like, if you're basing it off the ATR. But I'm looking for possible entry here for the orb. The orb might not even come back and fill, guys. So I'll be watching it here. If it doesn't fill anytime soon or like before, we'll say before 7 o'clock, then I'll probably be canceling it. Either way, I'll be looking for opportunities here for entry. So there's also an opportunity here for a break and retest, actually. So price broke below this point. This could have been a possible break and retest. The other break and retest could happen right here at 44,582, but we do have the orb that's currently running with it. So I'm not going to double up on positions there, of course. There's a possible high-low break and retest right here that's currently active. I don't want to put multiple orders up, so I'm just going to stick with the orb for now. The orb is up here where my red line's at. Yeah, I don't want to stack positions, so let's see. Let me take off this point of control area here. All right, so the orb is filled, guys. Filled. This might hit my stop, it looks like, but we'll see. It's fine. I'm doing a 40-20, so if I do lose this trade, I do have opportunity on the next trade to make it back. But the orb is now filled, guys. So the orb is currently running right now. It's right here. But because these candles are so big, this thing might stop me out before it comes back down further. Which is fine. You know, this is why I'm doing the 1 to 2, so I can make it back on the next trade if that becomes the case. And I'm taking low risk, third of a risk per trade. So the orb is filled. We're getting pulled back into this area here, which is the point of control. It's currently bouncing off the demand zone. So we'll see here if it comes back down. If it doesn't come back down, that's fine. But if it does come back down, great. We got the retest right there. So we got the break, close, retest off the pivots. And let's see if it comes back down further. But you guys can see the market here is super choppy. We have a middle range right here. So if price does pull back into this area, there's no surprise. You know, it's kind of expected. So we got the bounce off right here off the pivots. Let's see here if it drops back down further. Today's bias is mildly bullish. So this was what we talked about earlier pre-market. You know, we could expect price to come down and then possibly pull back up. If that's the case, then it's fine. We could look for a high-low break, high-low break and retest to the upside, and then we can ride this back up higher. But right now, we're currently focusing on this orb right now. I'm hoping it comes back down. If it doesn't, it's completely fine. So we're getting close to my stop right here, and I got stopped out. It's all good. So I got stopped out on the orb right there, or some of my accounts did, not all of them. Majority of my accounts are still running right now, it looks like. So I thought I got stopped out there, but it looks like about half of my accounts, or majority of them, are still running. And there you go, full stop out. It's all good. So I got stopped out right there. Just lost about 800 on the bigger accounts, 300 on the smaller accounts. I'll be looking for a flip back to the upside. So loss right there for the orb entry. I'm going to be looking for price to swing back up. So let me clean this up a little bit right here. I'll be looking for price to swing back up, and then if it swings back up, I'll be looking for opportunities in the opposite direction. We have a new high right here. This high hasn't been established yet, so I need to move this up here a little bit, clean this up right there. Yeah, it looks like we're stuck in this range right now. Price pretty much bounced off the demand area right here. So this is what made it a little tricky. We took the sell right here. It was right at demand. However, price did break and close below the demand zone right here. So, I mean, this thing could have gone either way. You guys can see how choppy the current candles are right here. We had market open right here at 6:30. These candles are pretty huge. Price came down, broke and closed below the demand area, and then it swept right back up. So if you guys took this area down here, there was a sweep level right here that I marked up. There was a sweep level right here, and the sweep pushed all the way up to the upside right there if you took the sweep for 20 points. So what I'm going to be looking for next is my bias here is still bullish. I'm going to be looking for a possible break and retest to the upside. This level here hasn't been established yet, so I'm probably not going to be able to take a high-low break and retest there. But what I'll be looking for is a high-low break and retest from this area right here. That's going to be my possible opportunity for entry. Again, I'm doing a 40-20 TP stop loss, so I'm doing a 1 to 2. I took one loss here earlier. If I win this next trade, I'll recoup that loss, plus I'll be able to make profit on top of it. Let me take a look at the overall trend over here. The overall trend is still somewhat bearish. So looking over here on the 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, and 1 hour, these are all still sort of bearish. If we do get a swing to the upside, I'll be looking for this trend to shift back to the upside. So the 5-minute here is going to be following the 1 minute, and the 15-minute here will be following the 1 and 5. So right here, we got price pushing up. This high here hasn't been established yet. So what I'm going to be looking for here is I'll be looking for price to break above, retest this area, and I'll probably ride this to the upside right here. In the direction of my bias, the trend right now still hasn't caught up, but the overall bias over here is still bullish. Let's see. I'm gonna take this off because this high here hasn't been established yet. The closest high that we have is gonna be right here at this upper area. So I'll be looking for here is I'll be looking for price to break and close above it, retest that area, and I'll try to get in right here for the 44, 655. So looking back at the orb for today, guys, the orb was fine. It was just the thing is we were stuck at the demand. But the setup there was pretty clean because price did break and close below the demand zone right here. And then on top of that, the overall trend here was bearish, right? We had the 15-minute, 5-minute, 1 minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, all bearish right here. So the sells were okay to begin with. The only thing that we had to be worried about was really the demand zone down here, which could have went either way, right? Price could have broke below this demand zone and then dropped back down to this lower demand zone. But that wasn't the case here. Price pretty much bounced off the demand and it shot right back up. So it was worth a try on my end since I was doing a 1 to 2. Now I'm hoping on this next trade over here, we're going to correct back to my overall bias because my overall bias for today is mildly bullish. So right here, this is going to be a correction back to the upside. The trend here hasn't caught up yet, but it is catching up. You can see over here for the next 2 minutes, the 5-minute can close. And if it does close above here, we do have a shift back to the upside. The 15 minutes probably going to take a while though. If you look over here on the 15, this here hasn't closed above the pivots, but eventually it looks like it may be pushing right back to the upside. So I'll be looking for price to break and close above this high right here, which is going to be 44,655. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to take a look at it. 44,655. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be waiting for. Price to break and close above it. I'll look for that retest and I'll try to ride it up higher from there. 44,655. All right, got to wait for it to push past that area. We got about 15 seconds left on this candle. It's probably not going to close above there right now. Maybe on the next one, maybe on the following one after that. All right, so don't push above yet. I'm trying to get in before 7 o'clock when the volatility here starts to slow down a bit. There's not really much news for today. We have consumer expectations, consumer inflation expectations at 8 o'clock, but that's pretty much it. Again, I'm going to be looking for price to break and close above this high right here, retest this price point and push up higher. See this up here. Yeah, so if that's the case, we have the supply zone up here. So if price does break and retest from this area, I'll be looking for it to climb up higher, grab this liquidity, and push up to the supply zone up there. We got the London low, which is up here as well. We have a couple targets right here. It's going to be this whole area if price does push above there. But looking at current price right now, yeah, as you guys can see, we're pretty much stuck in this range right now, guys. There's not really too much going on. Price is pretty much ranging right between this middle area right here that I established earlier. Yeah, so not too much right here at the moment. So looking at the breakouts for the day, guys, there was the first breakout over here, which was the momentum breakout. This was the initial one. This one hit full TP. Then we had the orb over here, which didn't work out. And I'm now looking for a high-low break and retest above this 44,655. 44,665. Damn, the volatility here is so choppy for the day. All right, I'm gonna try to get in right here. If this doesn't fill on this current candle, then I'm gonna be canceling it.
Order submitted.
So this right here is gonna be the oh wait, this is wrong point. Oh no, cancel. Sorry. The entry's right here down at 44,655. My bad, guys. 44,655. There we go. So if it doesn't fill in this candle here, we have 26 seconds left on it. I'll be canceling it. I'm looking for that break and retest right there and continuation back to the upside. All right, so it looks like it filled right there, guys, in the position right now. So currently holding on to this here for a high-low break and retest. It's currently in profit about 10 points. I'll be holding it to about, let's see, around 30 points. The stop loss will get moved in profit to 10 points. And then I'm going to be trying to aim for that full 40 right there, of course. So in this high-low break and retest at the moment, I'm looking for price to continue up higher. And price break and close above it, retest, push up higher here. We got a couple targets here for price to reach. We've got the liquidity, we've got the highs, and we've got the supply up here. So I'm in profit about 23 points at the moment. Stop loss is in profit right there. Hit the 30 points already. So my stop loss is in profit right here at 10 points. I'm shooting for the 40 right here. There we go on our way up. It's grabbing liquidity, or it's pushing through liquidity, almost at my target. 40 points, full TP right there, guys. Great work. All right, I'm out. 40 points. Pretty solid. I'm confused with like, I don't know what happened with like a couple of my other accounts. So for some reason, my other accounts right here, they didn't really lock in a profit. I don't know what happened with that. But the rest of my accounts did. All right, anyways, full TP on that. I think there might be something wrong with one of my other accounts here. I don't know if it was slippage or something else happened, but I'm basically break even for about like 6 of my accounts, and then the rest of them are in profit. So nice work right there, guys. So I made 40 points on this trade right here. There's another possible high-low break and retest on this one over here. So I got this for full TP, 40 points. So again, for the trades for the day, guys, breakout over here, full TP for 50 points. High-low break and retest right here, full TP for 40 points. We had the sweep, which was down here as well. This was a full TP for about 40 points if you guys took that for the full move. I'll just mark this up so you guys have an idea of like what to look at. Um, but yeah, this worked out perfect. So we had a sweep down here. We had a high-low break and retest right here, 40 points, and then I had a one loss over here for the orb for 20 points. So small loss right here, 20 points. Win over here for 40 points. I'm up back in profit and over in total across my accounts. I'll take a screenshot of my accounts. I don't know what happened with like one of them, but you guys will see here. For some reason, I got losses. Well, it's not a loss, it's a break even on my earlier accounts, but these are good below it. So anyways, looking at this here, if you guys want to take this again, there's another high-low break and retest right here. I mean, obviously I'm not going to double dip into it because I've already hit my target on this one. I don't overlap my positions, guys. If you guys want to overlap your positions, technically there's another high-low break and retest right here, but for me personally, I'm not going to overlap them because this trade was running. So what I mean by overlapping is if I have a current trade running, I'm not going to get back into another trade which is running alongside it. I'm just going to get into the one that I originally got into, and I'm going to let that one hit TP, and then I'll wait for the next one to come up. So let me clean this up a little bit here, and then let me screenshot this. So I'm really liking the fact that we're using proper risk on these trades right now because I was able to take a loss for that orb, and I was able to make it right back here on the break and retest. So that worked out pretty perfect there. Let me go and just update this real quick. Um, so I'll put two things here. Where's the stop loss thing? Trying to just copy the stop template. There we go. All right, so looking at this right here, we had a full TP on the stop on the. This was the test entry. Okay, so 40 points 40 points won, 20 points loss on the 2-minute orb. All right, so there's the entry I took right there. I'll be looking for the next opportunity here if we do have one. The only problem is we're gonna have some red flags right here, guys. So there's gonna be another high-low break and retest from this area right here, but it's gonna be right at the session. So I don't think I would take any trades around there. It's a red flag area. But yeah, let me screenshot my accounts over here to show you guys what I mean. I don't know what happened here. I'm still up for the week, but for the I don't know why this one shows negative. These accounts above. Okay. I mean, they're not really negative. You'll see what I mean by it's just commissions and fees. I'm assuming there was just slippage on those accounts there. All right, so let's go back over here. Let me show you guys my stats for the day. So here's my trade that I took, guys. I took the win right there for the high-low break and retest. Here are my profits for the day. So this is including my loss that I took earlier. Like I said, I don't know what happened with these upper accounts. They're basically break even. It's gross profit loss of 35, basically just fees and commissions. But the rest of my accounts here are in profit. So 290 per account right here. This is including the loss. So if I didn't take that loss earlier, this would have been like closer to like 1,000 um, or 500 actually, or 600, whatever it may be. Anyways, my stats here, I'm still up for the week. So across all my accounts here, I've have profit per every account. And then my second stats over here, same thing. I don't know what happened over here, but whatever. I'll take that break even for these, but I'm still in profit for the week. So we had that win yesterday, and then we had the win today, and then we had that small loss earlier today with the orb. This is what's nice about having your your risk limited. So, I talked about this before, guys. I pretty much cut my risk into three parts. So I'm able to take three trades without reaching my full loss for the day. My full loss for the day is about 2,000, I believe, on the bigger accounts and 1,500 on the smaller accounts. So each trade, I'm only risking like a certain amount. I'm risking about like 500 to 600. But my profit is higher. So the profit here was technically around like 800. So I risked about 400 to make 800. And then for the other accounts, I risked about, let's say like 450 or 500 to make 900, something like that. So pretty solid on that right there. Let me see what else we got over here. Forgot to turn on the reversals. So let's see what else we got here. We had an MPS V2 that actually ran alongside our trade here, guys. I don't know if anybody caught that, but the MPS V2 came up from like right here. So this is what I was talking about previously, guys. It's hard to follow like multiple entries. As you guys know from my playbook, I'm following three strategies, but I'm only following one per type. Right. So here's my daily trading playbook. I'm following a directional strategy, which is the high-low break and retest. You can follow one or the other, either the high-low break and retest or the MPS V2. If you want to follow both, I mean, feel free, but it's really hard to follow both because they happen so quickly. So for me, I'm focusing on this one mainly. But if you want to take the MPS V2, I'll mark them up when they do come up. Also for the sideways strategies, obviously the sweep, which happened down here. There's a liquidity that was hanging out down here on the Asia low. So like I said, if you're going to take supply and demand levels for these moves, then you want to take probably the last one because there was three levels here, right? There was a level up here, level down here, and level way down here. Obviously, I would have gone for the farthest one because that'd be the closest, that'd give you the best risk to reward. Sometimes it won't get filled, but it's usually the best one, farthest one below. And then again for the breakouts here. For the breakouts, there's two different breakouts you can take. If you want to take the 2-minute momentum orb, which is what I'm taking, that one there unfortunately lost for 20 points, small loss there. Or if you want to take the momentum breakout, that one over here hit full TP for 50 points. And it's just up to your preference. If you want to do the 40-20, you could have done 40-20 here as well. So the 40-20 works pretty much for any directional strategy. Any directional strategy that comes up here during this live session, the most efficient TP stop loss would be 40-20. The most profitable TP stop loss would be 60-20. So if you want to do a 3-to-1, you can do that. I think this year would have hit 60. No, I didn't. But stop loss could have been moved in profit. So pretty solid right there. Nice. Let's see. Sam sit down 70 points, 70 pips in a gold sell running. Good day already. Yeah, definitely, Sam. There's a lot of news that happened yesterday with the tariffs, so that's causing gold to, kind of plummet. It'll probably same with this too with YM. YM plummeted last night because of the tariff news. I think Trump announced a 25% tariff on Japan and South Korea, and then he announced a couple more tariffs this morning. Madhu's asking if the candle confirmation for the MPS V2 is engulfing. Does that count as first A++ setup or first A++ setup after? It's got to be after, Madhu. Yeah, it's got to be after because, or no, technically it could be you'd have to follow like three of them. So for example, over here, we have well, I mean, you can't see it because I have my high low right there, but we have a V1 right here. That's the first one. Engulfing, that'd be the second one. So this would be the second one right here. If it's on the actual A++, this would be the second confirmation, right? So if this right here is a second confirmation, then the actual MPS V2 right here would be the A++. So yes, what you asked there is correct because we have one here, two here. The MPS V2 with the V1 and engulfing makes it an A++. So it's always a third one. You just got to count back three. So if the MPS V2 is right here, the MPS V2 and that V1 and that engulfing all classify as A++. You just got to follow the initial two legs. So you have the first leg here, second leg here. The third leg is always going to be the A++. And coincidentally, that A++ lined up with an MPS V2. So yes, this right here would have been MPS V2 plus. It would have been an A++, all in one candle, which made it even a stronger entry, right? So yeah, the entry would have actually happened next to it right here. So it'd be as soon as this one closed, as soon as this one opened, that's where your entry would have been for MPS V2 plus A++. All right, so we got price coming down right here. This is an MPS V2 to the downside, guys. Again, I'm not really looking to take these trades here against the directional move. Yeah, the trend here is starting to shift back down. So it came up a little bit and then it started shifting back down right here. The only problem is that we're stuck in this really big range, guys. So like we talked about earlier, let me go on, well, you can't really see it here as clearly, but let me clean this up as much as I can. But we're really just in this huge range right now, right? So price pushed down, pushed up. You could basically get faked out in either direction here, whether you're taking buys or you're taking sells. We're just in this huge back and forth range right now. The orb is actually acting like a magnet. So it's acting as a magnet, similar to what I had marked up earlier. So the point of control here that I had, let me clean it up, or let me see if I can find it real quick. The point of control zone right here is 44,600 to 44,650. 44,600 to 44,650. So I'll just color this a different color so that you guys understand where the point of control is. I'll color it blue. So this blue zone right here in the middle, guys, this is acting as a magnet. So this is acting as a magnet right here down the middle. That's what the point of control is. This is a high cluster volume right here. So let me just put some context behind it. So this is point of control zone, high volume cluster. So this is where a lot of volume is sitting. This middle area where it's blue, it's going to act as a magnet. That's kind of what happened with our orb here. Unfortunately, we got caught up in the orb here where we took the sell, and then price ended up swinging right back up to the point of control zone, which is a high volume cluster. So we got the MPS V2 here running, guys, almost on its way to TP. If you guys are taking this, your stop loss should be moved in profit. Once you hit 30 right there, your stop loss should get moved in profit to 10 points. So you guarantee 10 points, but you are shooting for the full 40 right there. And there you go, full TP on that MPS V2, guys. Man, this risk reward is like it's really good. It's crazy how like the small little tweaks that we took here, we using AI, helped a ton because now you're basically making double per trade. So the MPS V2 here, full TP, 40 points. High-low break and retest, full TP, 40 points. And then again right here, MPS V2, full TP, 40 points with like little to no drawdown. Price didn't even draw down at all. So if you guys caught that trade right there, nice work. I mean, there's a ton of opportunity here. Nice profit, guys. I just saw the chat right now. I didn't even bother to look at the chat earlier. I was too busy doing my analysis. So I'm looking at your guys' profits right now. You guys did amazing. So great work right here. We had Jonathan. He locked in 323. Same thing happened with Jonathan. He took the orb here. Unfortunately, he took the loss, but then with that loss right there, he made it right back on the high-low break and retest. So same situation with me and with Jonathan here. Took the trade there, took the first loss on the orb, and then he made it right back on that high-low break and retest. Same thing that happened with me here as well. So profits are sitting nice right now. Let me scroll up real quick. And then Shiv over here as well, he took the MPS V2. So I'll look at Shiv's profits there. Steven took it. He took his account back to break even. Christian as well. Christian locked in 290. I'll show you guys everyone's profits in a few. I'm saving it right now so I can put it on the Discord. All right, so there's no entries here right now, guys. If you guys are looking to take anything at the moment, there was actually a high-low break and retest that happened right here as well. It was running alongside the MPSV2. The only problem here, again, like I said, guys, is that we're stuck in this like big range, which makes it kind of tricky to look for entries here. Like we had an entry right here. So price broke and closed below this higher low. And this could have been a high-low break and retest again for 40 points right there. Only thing that would kind of worry me about this trade is that it's pushing back into the demand zone. This is kind of where we got screwed earlier, right? So I don't think I would have taken this one here specifically because I'd be worried for the bounce that would have happened at this area here. So we have another possible opportunity down below right here for a high-low break and retest. It's going to be off this lower low. But, like I just said earlier, guys, it's a little tricky because we're at the demand zone. This is where the orb lost, right? So I don't really want to take any risks around this area specifically. If you do want to take this trade, you can possibly look for a high-low break and retest right there. The thing for me is like, I don't want to be burnt twice in the same area. So I'm probably going to hold off on this one specifically. I'll be looking for the next opportunity, which may be down here. Yeah. So again, if you guys want to take this as a high-low break and retest, wait for price to break and close below this blue line, which is at 44,552. Your limit order would be waiting right here at 44,552 for it to break and retest. Again, I don't really want to take trades here because I'm too worried about price faking out and then pulling back into the range, right? Candle hasn't closed below yet, so you got to give it some time right there. I'll keep following it. So if it doesn't end up closing below, I'll mark it up for you guys. But at this very moment, there is nothing there yet specifically. All right, let me post up everyone's profits real quick. So let's go here to the team profits. We got Shivam over here. Shivam locked in. Yeah, so Shiv over here locked in 119 per account. Nice work, Shiv. Solid profits right there across his accounts. He locked in probably about like 2,000, I'd say. We'll just estimate that across his PA accounts. Then we got Christian over here. Christian locked in 290. Nice work, Christian. And then we got Steven over here. Steven locked in 660 for the day. Nice work, Steven. All right, guys, so great profit so far right there. If you guys are looking to take this high-low break and retest, guys, the entry is going to be right here at 44,552. I'm not going to take this right here. Like I said, I don't want to trade around the demand area because I got screwed there earlier, so I don't want to risk it again. But if you guys want to take it, it hasn't filled yet. If this candle doesn't fill within this current candle right now, then you have to cancel your order. It has to fill immediately on the following candle. So. See right there, question from Madhu's asking, so if this is an engulfing candle at 10:04, it wouldn't be an A++, we'd wait for the next one. Here, let me take this off real quick. So engulfing, this one right here would be the engulfing, the one that Sam just called out. This would be the A++ right here, Madhu. Because there was an engulfing right here, there's an MPSV2, and then this is the third one. So again, you're looking for that third confirmation. Third confirmation would have been this engulfing right here, the same one that you called out, 10:04. Because there's an engulfing right here. That's the first step. MPSV2, this is the third one, right? So the third one's always going to be the A++ setup. So there was so no entry here for the high-low break and retest, but there was an A++ setup right here, guys. Damn, so this thing's been pushing pretty hard. There's a lot of entries here that came up. We had MPSV2. We had yes, we had engulfing plus MPSV2. We had the high-low break and retest right here. And then we had another A plus plus right here. So MPS, high-low break and retest, and then A plus plus right here. The high-low break and retest right here didn't fill, guys, so there's no entry at that point. It's now moved down a bit lower. All right, cool, guys. So solid work right there, man. If you guys caught those trades, I mean, there's a lot of opportunities here, guys. This is a pretty big day, kind of similar to yesterday. A lot of entries coming up. I mean, if you guys are fast enough to take these, or if you feel confident taking them, I mean, you could have made a killing right here, guys, because these are all 2 to 1. So basically, this beats 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10 wins right here, technically, or it's a 10R basically. Yeah, this is a 10R win for the day, um, for all of these here, which came up. So right here with this MPSV2, I think Daniel might have gone stopped out. This is the reason why I moved away from the MPSV2, Daniel, because the thing is, I think you got caught in slippage. I think your entry is probably a bit higher. If you got in right here where it actually closed at, then it looks like you wouldn't have hit your stop. But, I'm assuming because you entered market, you could have entered at, any a few points above or a few points below. One little change here or one little adjustment could have made all the difference because this is so close to the stop right here. Like you could have been 1 point away and this would have stopped you out. So that's the reason why I decided to go with limit orders versus market orders because there's just too much slippage right now. The volatility is too high, market's choppy. You could either get liquidity, or you could get slippage that works in your favor, but most of the time it works against you. So for me, I'm kind of staying away from market orders. I'm like, if you've seen my playbook over here, I think you took a break for a while, right, Daniel? So I'm not sure if you followed with my playbook here. They're very similar strategies, but the difference is I'm using limit orders instead of market orders now. So this right here, I mean, I'm basically taking the high-low break and retest. It's the same thing as the MPS V2. You can see over here they ran alongside each other, right? The MPS V2 is right here. The high-low break and retest was a little later. They come up around the same time. It's just they're different entry points. So for me, I'm taking a limit order versus market order, so I get in at an exact price. Same with a sideways strategy. You can take a V1 variation or an A++. But for me specifically, I'm taking, sweeps if I'm in a sideways market because I want to set a limit order there instead of a market. Same with the breakout. Like if you took the original breakout over here, this would be a market order, right? As soon as market opened at 6:30, you'd enter right away. You could have slippage there. But for me, I got in with a limit order to fill that exact price. Medu said, got you. I thought the first engulfing candle was MPSV2. Yeah, that is, you are right. So that counts as 2 requirements for the A++ Medu. So you are right. You're not counting this as two. You counting them as one alone. So let me put the criteria up here again for the MPS for the A++. Because if it happens on the MPS V2, if you have an engulfing or a V1 on the MPS V2, it counts as two counts. So let me go over here real quick. Yeah. So this would be scenario it would be scenario 2 right here. Yeah, so you got the reversal continuation, but it was also an MPS V2. And this one right here would be the third criteria. My bad. I pointed at the wrong one, that's why. So I actually meant to point, I actually meant to count this. So my bad, my dude. That was my bad at my analysis because I did put 3 lines there, right? So I think I just got confused because there's too many entries here in the same area. But this right here counted as 2 requirements. So you had a reversal continuation, but it was also on the MPS V2. Um, yeah, my bad. I thought this over here was the MPS V2, but you're right. No, you're right on your analysis there. It's just I confused you because I didn't count these as two. I counted these as one. Earlier I had 3 lines on there, but this is really 2 requirements, and this right here would actually be the A++. Yeah, Sam said market is so quick, especially if you want to put a pending order. Yeah, I agree. It's tough. You got to be like really paying attention to these entries when they come up because if you don't pay attention to them, it's going to be really easy to miss. All right, so the overall trend right now is still bearish, guys. We have the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, and 1 hour. They're all bearish. You can see price is below the pivots. Trend meter is red. Pivots are angling down. This is indicating that we're in a bearish trend with regard to uh, the overall time frames. The 4 hour here is still bullish. It's more of a bullish neutral now, but everything else is pretty much bearish right now. This could easily shift though. So this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stay bearish, right? Our daily outlook is still mildly bullish and our weekly outlook is still neutral to bullish. Yeah, no problem, dude. Thanks for asking these questions because like I'm sure other people are confused about this as well. I mean, the A++ plus plus is it's a skill. It's a skill to be able to spot. I mean, Sam is like one of the key people here who identifies it almost every day. So like he knows what to look for. That's why like right here, Sam called this out as A++. plus plus. I didn't realize this was an A++ plus plus until he called it out. Because when I do have the high-low indicator on, it blocks the engulfing. So yeah, guys, definitely. Definitely. Thanks for everybody's input, questions, all that, because that helped me kind of clear things up as well, or else I would have just been confused as well. Or I would have saw things incorrectly. It's just a lot of stuff going on here. We have an MPS V2, which is currently pending right now, guys. It is in a red flag though. So right here we have the sessions. If you guys want to take this though, it's bouncing off the demand zone. So this here could probably pull right back up into this point of control zone, right? Like I said earlier, guys, we're in this huge range. It's super clear. Like this range couldn't be any clearer, right? All right, so we had a buy signal, price retraced right here, corrected back above. This is technically uh, an MPS V2. So if you guys are looking to take this as MPS V2, it is currently running. The only thing here is that there was a red flag below. So just something to look out for there. But like I said earlier, there's conflicting biases here because our daily bias for the day is mildly bullish. The trend here is bearish. We don't really like to trade when it's mixed like this. You want to trade when they're aligned with each other, right? That's why earlier I took that buy entry because it did align with my analysis here, right? I had a bullish overall bias for the day, and then we had trend over here, which is also bullish at the time. So if you guys want to take this, again, it's running right there. This is the MPS V2. Once it reaches 30 points right here, you're supposed to move your stop loss and profit to 10 points. I'll follow it here and we'll see where it ends up going. Let's see. Sam said weird thing is gold is falling too. Got out at 70 pips, but it's down 175. There's a lot of like geopolitics that are going on right now. There's a lot of geopolitical events going on with like I know Trump's trying to get the ceasefire going with Israel and Iran, and then we still have the Ukraine war that's going on, and there's just a ton of stuff going on around the world. Plus, we have the tariff news. I think the tariff news is really what's affecting a lot of these markets. Because, I mean, there's a lot of different. Here, I'll ask ChatGPT real quick. You are a geopolitical specialist. Provide me a comprehensive list of current tariff news as of today, July 8th, 2025. Yeah, well, it's really the tariff news that's affecting it right now. So let's go over here real quick. Okay. So Trump's Liberation Day tariff blitz and deadline shift. President Trump issued letters to 14 countries, including key allies Japan, South Korea, and Thailand, threatening a tariff of 25 to 40%. Unless new trade agreements are struck, the original July 9th implementation has been postponed to August 1st. All this stuff happened last night. So like with that being the case, um, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff here to kind of like package in, right? This is why gold is being affected because I mean, gold should be going up, but obviously it's going down. There's just a lot of manipulation in the market because of all the stuff that's going on with regard to tariffs. That's the main thing that I can think of. There's nothing else that I can really think of right now. Or I'll ask real quick. You are a geopolitical, or provide me a comprehensive list of breaking news today, local, national, and international. July 8, 2025. I mean, there's other stuff happening, but for the most part, it's really just the tariff stuff. Yeah, so you can see over here tariff news for national stuff. Gaza ceasefire. This is exactly what I just talked about. It's so the main things to look out for would be tariff news, Gaza ceasefire talks. I mean, Prime Day launches. This isn't going to affect gold, but in general, it's going to affect the market because Amazon. Health news. This is with the new bill that Trump passed. There's just a lot of different things that are kind of happening throughout the world right now that are affecting gold. But the main thing would be like the tariff stuff. So tariff for the most part, Middle East developments, and then market reactions to it. Yeah. So what I think is happening right now with gold specifically is I think gold is being manipulated, and then eventually once the deals are made, it's going to shoot right back up. Yeah, I feel like the market's all baked in. Like that's just how I see it. I feel like everything is kind of happening for a reason. Trump kind of planned this out. Um, and this has been happening since April, right? So since April, we've been seeing the market kind of fluctuate all over the place. It's been pretty crazy, honestly. Um, what's been going on with the market in general. So yeah, no problem, Sam. It is it's interesting how like the macroeconomics are kind of working against each other with regards to like the news releases. But we'll see what happens. I think it's all manipulation, honestly. Like once the deals are passed, gold will probably go right back up. Or if the deals don't get passed, I think either way, gold will still go back up if the dollar goes down. What's the DXY looking like right now? I can pull it up for you. Let's see, DXY. Because the DXY typically runs opposite of gold. So the dollar index is actually going up right now. So it does make sense that gold is going down. All right, if you're on the 1 minute, or I don't know, what time frame are you on, Sam? I'm assuming you're on the 1 minute. Yeah, because if the DXY right here is pushing up, this is the dollar index. If the dollar is going up, then gold should be going down. Yeah, exactly. So you can see these two are opposite of each other, the DXY and gold. So gold is on its way down while the DXY is actually going up. So if you want to watch gold and you want to wait for gold to turn, I would say pay attention to the DXY here. You could even have them side by side with each other like this. Like you have the DXY here and you can have gold over here. And once they start to diverge, you can expect a flip to happen. So these two run against each other. So I don't know if you've ever looked at this, Sam, but this is usually like this is how it should be moving. They should be going up, they should be going down. When this is going down, they should be going up. So this could be a confluence for you if you want to look at it. Um, but I'm sure you're following your own analysis and your plan, so it's not really necessary. Gotcha. Yeah. So Sam over here is waiting for a change of character on the 1 minute, which I'd be doing the same thing. Of course, since you're day trading, or not really day trading, you're like scalping, so you're waiting for those quick moves to happen. All right, guys. So we got price coming back down lower right here. Um, yeah, Sam said Trump keeps stirring things up. Anyway, sorry for distraction. Yeah, you're good. Looking at this right here, we have a possible high-low break and retest from this lower zone right here, guys. If price breaks and closes past this lower low, So this buy over here didn't work out, but I mean, it wouldn't really matter because I wouldn't be going against the trend like that. The trend right now is still very bearish. So if you guys want to take this here as a high-low break and retest, this could be a possible opportunity here. It's going to be at 44,525. Yeah, 44,525. It's a little tricky. I don't like the price action here, but let me see. 44,525. Let's see. I can maybe get in here if it. No, I gotta wait because I don't want to get in if it ends up swinging up the last second. All right, let's see. I'll get in. If this doesn't fill on this candle, then I'll be looking for. I'll be looking to cancel it. Yes, we're below that point right there. Let's see. It's just the volatility here has kind of died down a bit, so this thing might kind of sit for a while. Again, once it hits 30 over here, so once this reaches the 30 point, my stop loss gets moved in profit to 10 points. I just don't know if there's going to be enough volatility here for it to actually drop lower. I mean, we'll see. I'll follow it here. So this is a high-low break and retest that's currently running right now in profit. It's just the volatility here is kind of flat. Let's take a look at the overall trend again. So the overall trend here, 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, all bearish. Only thing is the volatility here is kind of slowed down a bit, so I don't know if this here is going to hold, but we'll see. Let's take a look at the market profile. There's nothing here on the 30-minute. Price is kind of just out in the open. Looking over here on the 1 minute market profile, let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, there's just not much happening over here. Price is just kind of slow. So we might get some consolidation range around here. You can see the price is starting to, hoping this here starts to act as a resistance, which could be the case. Yeah, break and retest of that area right there off the 1 minute. Okay, so we're sitting in profit right here, but the volatility is just really low. All right, we got that high-low break and retest currently running, but again, price is kind of just sitting there. I'm looking to see this hopefully turn into a resistance point. Price kind of dump from here. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's probably just gonna if it sits here, it's probably not gonna work honestly because the volatility is too slow. For these break and retests, I typically like to see like a quick push to the downside.
Stop filled.
I got stopped out. It's all good. So
Stop
again,
filled.
like I said right here, I'm taking these with a 1 to 2, so it's not really hurting my account too much. Basically I'm at break even on my other account. So for today, I had basically we had one loss for the orb. We had one loss here for the break and retest, and I had a one win for the break and retest up here. So basically, I'm doing a 1 to 2, so that brings me to break even for the day. So I'll be looking for another entry here. If it doesn't come up, it doesn't come up. But if I have to end up at break even for the day, then I'm fine with that. I'm still up for the week because we had a win yesterday. So I had a win yesterday, I had a win today, and then two small losses, which accounted for one full loss with a 1 to 2. So I'll be looking for the next opportunity here. Again, the volatility is just low. We're after 7 o'clock right now. This is, I mean, pretty normal for us here. Um, The volatility here is just pretty flat. This is what I was worried about. I didn't want price to kind of consolidate around this lower area. But the thing with this here is that I saw price dropping. So I figured it'd keep dropping. Plus, the overall trend here is very strong for a bearish confirmation. We had the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, all bearish. What happened here is price just kind of retraced back a little hard, and it's probably going to consolidate around this lower area right here. So there's two different scenarios here that could have played out. Either this would have happened, which is what happened. Price is now kind of ranging sideways, or what could have happened here is price could have broke below and dropped down to this next level, but down here. But it looks like we're going to go into consolidation here. 7:30 at this moment, so we have about 30 minutes till 8 o'clock. If there's any questions you guys have, feel free to hop into the chat. Otherwise, I think right now we're probably going to be stuck in this consolidation for a bit. Overall, there's a lot of good entries here that came up, though. I wouldn't be surprised here if this thing comes all the way back down. We kept our stops pretty tight, though, so I'm okay with eating that 20-point loss there versus, a full 30. Technically, a 30 still would have been running. I'm going to try to take as many entries as I can. If the entries look good, then I'm going to try to take them. Because obviously you can see over here, a lot of the entries here did hit for some pretty good profit. Leading up to this loss right here, there was about 5 wins. So 5 wins here, that's basically a 10R. 10R and then a 1R loss right here for 20. So we'll see. I mean, if price swings back up from here, again, my bias is still somewhat bullish. So I can probably hop into a buy here if price does come back a bit higher. We got price pushing up right here. We have a new high right here. This could be the case where price pulls back into this this point of control. We have the high volume cluster up here. What we can possibly see is price break above, break and retest from this area, and climb back up higher. So ideally, if this was to happen and I was to win this trade over here, this would bring me back up to R. So I'll keep watching for it here if we have opportunity. All right. So let's see. The entry is going to be at 44, 606, right? Yeah, 44, 606. I'll be watching for it to push above here. Yeah, so I'll be following it right here. I'm looking for price to break and retest from this area right here. Basically a trade within the zone. And then a continuation up higher. 44, 606. Candle's got 30 seconds left on it, so it's got some time. All right. 15 seconds till this candle closes. Again, the candle has to for sure close above it. I gotta wait for it to actually close before I get into it. All right, I'm gonna put my order in right there. If it doesn't fill here, I'm gonna cancel it. All right, so I'm in the position right there.
Order filled.
All right, so we got the break and retest right there. What I'm looking for is that same pattern, but to the other side right here. Push back up, possibly above the point of control zone right there. And into the higher, this next high right here. So I'll be watching this right here. If this does hit, I'll be up 2R, so basically two wins. I'm at break even right now from the last trade. So currently at break even at the moment from the orb. So I initially took the orb, then I took the high-low break and retest, took another high-low break and retest right here, and then we have one right here that's currently running. The only thing here is the volatility is a little low, so that's the thing that I'm just kind of, worried about for the most part. Once price reaches 30 over here, my stop loss is gonna get moved in profit. Let's see, Barack, I'll need to check something. Whenever the market does that tug of war on open, evident by the lack of clear orb direction and price stagnating around initial balance, may mean we need to go for, yeah, no, definitely. I agree with you too, Brock. We had that huge consolidation on open, right? Well, not consolidation, but a big range. So I'm in profit right here, about 760. Price is pushing up in profit. Let's see. All right, my stop loss is in profit right here, guys. Hit 30 points already. So I'm guaranteed right there. Guaranteed 10 points. If price reaches the full 40, great. I'll be up 2R for the day. Looks like it's going to push up right there. So I'm guaranteed 10, and then I'm pushing up for the 40 right here. If I hit the 40, that's going to be a 2R profit. And then for the 10 right here, I'd be up 10 points for the day. Either way, I'm guaranteed profits for this trade here. Just waiting for this to hit the full 40. I'm in profit 33 points. Let's just get that push up a little further. And profit 30 points right there. Just need to get that a little higher right there. Get to that next high. Or actually, it doesn't even have to get to that next high, just a little bit higher from this point to get there. But I'm guaranteed my stop loss is in profit right here. I might get stopped out at that 10. Nope, let's keep going. Let's keep going up higher. Either way. And profit at 15 right there. All right, I'm out in profit. So profit for the day, pretty decent. Stop filled in profit right there. And that would have been nice. I was really hoping to hit the 40 because then I'd be up 2R for the day. This is the good part about having the 1 to 2, right? So the 1 to 2 right here, I really just need one win. One win will basically propel me back into profit if I have any losses. So I'm in profit for the day right here. Overall profit's been pretty good, pretty decent. I don't know if I'm going to get another entry for the day though. If you guys want to keep looking for entries here, I'd be looking for a possible break and retest off this zone, but we'll leave it as is. I wouldn't be surprised here if this thing comes all the way back up, guys. Retest it off the entry and shoot all the way back up. Yep, looks like it's about to hit right now, but it's okay. I'm out at 10. So my profit for the day is about 140 per account. Not too bad. I have like about 40 accounts there. So let's see. I have more than I have 45 accounts, or 46. 40 times 46. So I'm up 6,440 for the day. Not bad. Not too bad there. I mean, it would have been nicer if I had more, of course. Yeah, except if I would have had the full TP on this, this would have been 8 contracts times 5 times 40. Oops, shit. 1.6 times 40. No, this would be 20. So I'd be up a lot. I'd be up a lot more actually. So I'm up like 6,440 for the day. I would have been up like about 32. But it's cool. I'll take my 7K for the day. I'll keep looking for any opportunities here, but I'm pretty satisfied with what I got for the day. As long as I close the day in the green, I'm pretty happy about it. The 40 here is probably gonna hit. If you guys didn't move your stop loss in profit, looks like your 40 there is about to get hit for full TP. All right, full TP. Well, fuck me then. It's all good. All right, so you guys caught the full 40 there. Nice work. I got out at 10 points. So I made partial profit, but it's okay. Pretty decent on that one. I mean, I'm basically back to like where I was earlier. Basically back to this. Slightly less because I had to pay commissions and fees on that last trade, but basically back to that. Nice. And then also Sam over here got the MPSV2. Nice work, guys. There was a trade running alongside. So we had high-low break and retest right here. And then we also have an MPSV2 that's currently running right next to it. I mean, I'm not in this position, but looks like Sam caught it for a quick move, about 15 points. Sounds about right. ATR is currently at 20 right now. Yeah, not bad. All right, guys, if there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to hop into the chat. Not sure if I'll get into another entry. It's about to be 7:40 right now, so the volatility is about to slow down even more. Um, yeah, if we don't get anything here anytime soon, probably gonna call it around 7:50. Looks like most of you guys already called it a day anyways. All right, Justin. Yeah, Justin killed it today. Justin, it's a great day, brother. See you tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see you back here tomorrow, Justin. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. As you guys can see, the market here has been pretty choppy. It's been all over the place, back and forth. So it's a little tricky. The sells here, they look good because the overall trend here is bearish. But again, like we talked about earlier, my daily bias for today was bullish. So I think what I might do is I might have to take trades like to filter out the trades for better entries. What I'm probably going to do is stick to my overall bias. Like, for example, if it says mildly bullish here, I'm going to stick to this bias and I'm going to wait for the trend here to confirm bullish trend. Because if I stick to that, like for example, if I would have skipped the if I skipped the orb for the day because it was bearish, right? It was bearish, but my daily bias was bullish. If I would have skipped this sell here, and then if I also would have skipped this sell over here, then I would have been at 4R. So I'd have been at 4 trades for the day. Because this one over here that I took hit full TP for a buy, and then this one over here hit partial, but it also hit full TP over there for a buy as well. So this technically would have been a I would have been up 4 trades because these are 1 to 2. So I'm basically losing one to make two. And if I just won these two and didn't take these two losses, I wouldn't be at technically a 1R for the day. I mean, either way, it was pretty solid. So let me go over here and I'll just screenshot this real quick. I think the stop loss and profit is helping a ton, guys. Um, yeah, no, it's helping a ton. Because the thing is, it helps with me. It helps with my peace of mind because I hate when it goes into profit and then it full on reverses on you, right? I mean, that happens all the time, especially in a sideways market like this right now, where price ends up, kind of getting really close to your target and then just reverses on you. That thing could like really destroy your entry. That can, well, not just destroy your entry, but destroy your mental for like the next trading day. All right, we got some more profits over here from Jarrell. Nice work, Jarrell. You killed it today. 850 on his first account, 425 on his second, 875 on his third, 875 on his fourth, 850 on his fifth. Nice work copying your trades right there and killing it, Jarrell. On fire for the day. Looks like you took maybe just one trade, right? Looks like you might have just taken one trade and it hit for 2R. Or you might have taken 2 trades and it hit for 2R. Yeah. Second, guys. I've been coughing a lot lately. I'm not getting sick. Uh, let's see. Madhu's asking, "Hey Sean, do you consider other strategies as entries for A plus plus setup? I noticed the last bullish push there was a V1, number one engulfing. Here, let's see. Yeah, no, I count all of them, Madhu. So it's both. It's both for the V1 and the engulfing. They're separate. I mean, if they're on the same candle, that's just one candle. But yeah, like you said, um, if there's like I count both V1s and engulfing separate. So like for example, if they're on the same candle, it counts as one. But if there's two, or if you're not counting the V1s, I also count the V1s as confirmation as well. Nice. Yeah, and you said it pushed up for 40 points right there. Solid. Yeah, I count both the engulfing and I also count the V1s as separate. But guys, if you're having trouble like moving your stop loss and profit, I would highly recommend using a an auto stop or auto break even function. That's what I'm using. That's why whenever price reaches 30 points, it automatically moves to 10 points in profit. That's why if you guys saw my analysis there, it was pretty much straightforward and smooth. Um, I don't really have to do anything. It just automatically moves up. All right. Well, today overall has been pretty good, guys, as you guys can see here. So we had a couple of wins. So the breakout over here hit full TP, 40 points. We had the liquidity sweep right here hit 40 points. We had the MPSV2 hit 40 points. We had the high-low break and retest 40 points right here. We had another MPSV2 full TP right there. High-low break and retest full TP. We had another A++ full TP right there. We had a high-low break and retest for a stop here, unfortunately. And then we had a win over here for high-low break and retest for 40. I got out for partial on that one. And then we had a small loss here for the orb entry. You guys can see here from the orb, price is kind of like all over the place. Typically, when price breaks out of the orb, it continues to like push away from it. But you guys can see price is just in this really messy range for the day, which is all good. I mean, it happens. We're having a huge candle right here, though. I don't know what happened with this one. This candle is 72 points. It's huge. Yeah, a huge 72 point candle right there. Pretty much came down and it swept this lower liquidity down below. So if you guys wanted to look for liquidity right there, you had an opportunity to sweep that lower level. Man, I'm wishing like it's tomorrow already so I can keep trading. The thing is like I only like trading the open. So honestly can't wait for tomorrow so we could run this back. Hoping the orb works out a little better tomorrow. I'll try to have some sort of bias again, some sort of filter, so that I have some sort of bias for the day. Mainly, it's going to be based on the daily outlook. I'll look for the trend to confirm that direction, but of course, if the trend doesn't confirm that direction, I'll still be looking for trades the opposite way. Let's see, Brock said how to take that momentum scalp, setting up for buys there. Yeah, possibly. I mean, price is within this range, Brock. So it looks like, whenever price pushes down below the demand over here, it just ends up pulling right back up. Target area here, if it does pull back up, is going to be the point of control zone. Pretty much what we were looking at earlier. Let's see, Medusa asking, I meant like considering the V3 continuation entry as an A+. Oh, okay, sorry. I think I read yours wrong. I read your message wrong. So you said considering V3 continuation as entry for the A++ setup because there were two confirmations before it. Yeah, you could do that. I mean, the A++ isn't necessarily just for the MPS V2. You can use it for any other strategy. So if you want to use it for something like, like you said, V3 continuation, you can do that. If you want to use it for something else like high-low break and retest, you can do that as well. It's basically like a triple confluence, we do. But we tied it to the MPSV2 because that was what we were applying at the time. But you can really apply it to any other strategy if you like anything that's directional, right? A high-low break and retest, a high-low retest, or just a high-low break, a high-low scalp, any of those entries. So any strategies that go directional, anything that's a directional strategy, right? That goes up like this. The list goes on. It could be MPS, MPSV2, high-low scalp, right? High-low scalp V2, high-low scalp break and retest. I mean, there's a lot of different entries that you can use. BV3, right? Continuation, which you confirmed. There's multiple entries you can use. We just tied it to the MPSV2 because that was what we were like sticking only to the MPSV2 at the time. But you can use any of the directional strategies. It's just meant as a confluence. So same. You're looking for price to move directional, And then basically for that A++, you're looking for that third leg, right? Push up, push up, push up. Your A++ would be somewhere down, or down there. It's like the last confirmation. It's kind of similar to the Elliott wave, right? If you look up the Elliott wave theory, this is the Elliott wave theory, A, B, C, D, E, F. Same thing with what I'm doing here. I'm just not using the Elliott wave, but we are following something similar to Elliott wave. You're just looking for that directional move. So, like we talked about this before, guys, a lot of people like to put fancy names on strategies. Guys, trading has been around forever. So, like, some people might call certain things a certain name, but they mean the same as something else. Like a demand zone here, this could be considered a support, right? Demand sometimes lines up with support. Same with supply. This is a supply zone, but this is also the Globex high. So this is basically a resistance, right? Same with this. So we have a supply zone right here. It lines up with the round number, which is also psychological number and psychological resistance. So the thing is, like, it doesn't really matter what strategy you guys apply, but you just make sure that it makes sense and it's actually profitable. I think that's the biggest thing. For a lot of people, I feel like people try to put strategies together a lot of times, or they try to make a mimic of like something that's already been around, and they just call it something like a crazy name. Like for example, like for me, I call these like high-low break and retest, right? It's just a break and retest off a high-low. It's not like I created something groundbreaking. It's just my indicators here help with identifying those high lows, right? Because if you're trading on the 1 minute, it's going to be really difficult for you to identify these high lows that quickly. But my tools here pretty much do that for you. And then on top of that, I have my momentum here, so that also helps with confirmation of confluence. There's just different things here. It's just my tools here help me see things clear. And my daily outlook here will give you guys important, major trading levels to watch and also my key supply and demand zones. So I added this on here, guys. This wasn't here before, but if you look at my daily outlooks, I now input key supply and demand zones because you can see how important it was here. I think in the future, if I have so in the future, if I have a demand zone right here and I have an orb for a sell, I'm just going to skip it because that's going to be an area of manipulation. Doesn't mean it can't be broken, but for the most part, I'll probably just skip it. All right, guys, 7:51 right now. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon. I mean, this was a pretty good trading day so far. I mean, we did pretty great overall, but I just don't have anything here that I'm really looking to take. You guys can see here the volatility starting to slow down quite a bit. So I'm not necessarily looking to get caught up in this choppiness right here. So again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon. If you guys have more profits to post, feel free to send them in the group. And today was a pretty solid day overall. So great work, guys, across the board here. You guys did pretty solid overall. Yeah, CJ said, yeah, I'm done for the day, taking my profits and enjoying my day. Yeah, hopefully you guys like these changes I made. It seems like a lot of you guys do. I mean, the 1 to 2 makes the most sense here. Plus, we're able to take more entries. So we're able to take more entries. I've cut my risk back to 3 still. I was thinking about changing my risk back higher, but I think I'm going to keep it where it's at. I actually went higher in contract size. So before I was using a 6 contract, I'm now using an 8 contract because my stop loss is now set to 20 versus 30. So I'm able to take a bigger contract size to make a little more profit and also cut my risk off at 20 when necessary. So pretty excited for like the rest of the week and for like what else is going to happen for the year, really. After we get off this live, I'm going to go through my AI. I'm going to feed the AI data and I'm going to, here, I'm going to actually do it right now, actually. Let me take this stuff off. I'm going to see what AI has to say about my entries for the day. Chat. These are my trade, or let's see. Professional futures trader. These are my entries for the trading day today, July 8th, 2025. Analyze my trades and provide a comprehensive analysis on what I can improve on. So this is just a basic rundown of like what I do with my AI. I'm gonna be feeding it data though. This is just to show you guys like my stuff here. Um, yeah, so let's see. What did I do? Well, quick reversal recognition, tight stops, context awareness. Um, yeah, so premature entry before confirmation. Yeah, right here it said ignoring trend bias. Yeah, because the trend here is kind of shifted around a little bit. So I kind of went against the trend for some trades there. Chasing breakout without retest, missed opportunity for break and retest. Yeah, so there's my first trade right there. I caught an early knife catch, which basically was what happened with my trade with the breakout. The extended move, buy breakdown, strong reversal zone was good. So over here for the order breakouts, and then recommendations right here. So I think this is probably the biggest thing here too. It's the it's the price action filters. I'm gonna have to like make sure that I pay attention to the areas to avoid. So this is like how you guys can get better. You can go to ChatGPT or whatever AI you guys want to use, and then you can ask it questions like this. Just give it a screenshot of your trades, and it'll pretty much tell you, where you did good and where you did bad. I already know where I did bad because I already called it out, right? I should have like watched this demand zone here and kind of avoid it to some extent. But yeah, I'm gonna be feeding my personal AI. This is ChatGPT, but I have a personal custom GPT that I'm working on. I'm gonna feed it data where it's gonna get better. It's gonna understand strategies better. It's gonna tell me if I need to adjust my risk. Um, but I think for the most part, there's not gonna be much different. The adjustments don't really happen overnight. They happen over months and months and months of time. Yeah, no, definitely. Sam said, "Love your AI stuff, bro." Yeah, it's helping a lot, guys. You guys can see here our profitability has gone through the roof. Just being able to follow through with this and improve with the data. But all right, guys, about to be 8 o'clock. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Discord. Otherwise, I'll be hanging around for a little bit. So if you guys are on the Discord and you guys want to post anything for me to look at, feel free to send it over. If you guys have profits to send in, feel free to send them up over here in the team profits. But overall, you guys did great. We had Jarrell over here. He locked in well over about 3,000 for the day. We had Steven over here locked in 660 on that trade. We had Christian locked in 290. We had Shavam locked in about 2,000, 3,000 for the day. And then, of course, here are my profits. I locked in about 6,000 for the day, including this break even. So not bad. Pretty solid day overall. And I'm happy with my profits for the day. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, CJ's asking if I have any mentoring sessions this week. No. So this week my baby's due. So my baby's coming this week on Friday. That's her due date. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to have any meetings this week. I don't even know if I'll be able. This week might be a little hectic. So I do have my bag prepped for me in case I have to go to the hospital this week. My wife may give birth at any point during this week. So if that's the case, you guys will probably see me trading in the hospital. But yeah, no mentoring sessions for this week, and I will be. This is just going to be a busy week for me. This week and next week is going to be busy for me because if the baby doesn't come this week, she'll be coming next week. So yeah, thanks guys, appreciate it. Yeah, time flew by. Time flew by, and we're getting to that point where baby's coming. So. All right, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Discord. Otherwise, I'll be hanging out for a little bit, posting up all the social media stuff and the updates. But if you guys have anything to follow up on, just feel free to hit me up. But all right, guys, catch you guys tomorrow.